going to begin to happen on the earth, because I do not believe that the divine presence in the universe that men have called God is going to allow this to go on much longer. But the way history has always shown us is that when God moves, theologically speaking, when God moves, people die.
Hey, what up? This is Scotty Shook coming at you with another update on Google Doodles. This one is going to be focused on an article, or actually a blog that I found just recently called Pharaohs of Silicon Valley, My Journey Through Google's Headquarters. Right now that's on clickhole.com, and it's a blog by Wyatt Dixon. It was pretty fucking interesting.
My name is Upright Mammal. I am a human being who stands on two legs, which is good. I will be your tour guide through the incredible technology prison of Google. If you will follow me, there are limitless wonders to see and limited time in which to see them.
I follow Upright Mammal toward the entryway of the colossal edifice. Immediately I can tell I am about to enter a place more beautiful than any of my children. Okay, so that's kind of like an idea of how this is written. It says stuff like, on the front lawn outside the enormous office complex, there is a 50-foot marble statue of Steve Jobs losing a fight against a man-sized scorpion. The base of the statue is engraved with the words, Steve Jobs, Google user. So, I mean, none of this is true. It's just, the entire article is a puff piece, kind of a reverse puff piece on purpose. We know that they are promoting eating children in their doodles, so when they're talking about it in this article, can we assume that some of the other stuff that they are talking about in this article they might be doing too in some other way, shape, or form? I don't know. Just a thought. Let's continue. Alright, now here's what I'm talking about. This is kind of the lead into the Google Doodles section. So they just went through research and development, which was a section of Google headquarters, where they were looking at the driverless cars. They're leaving that area, and Upright Mammal,
Let's look at different miracle instead.
he leads me to another part of the laboratory where he says,
The company's top researchers work on the highest priority sins.
it dawns on me that I haven't felt this level of enthusiasm since finally getting my femur removed. Then it goes into the Google Doodles. So basically what they're saying here is, whatever's going on in Google Doodles is their highest priority. So this whole article or blog was written to feature what's going to be said right here, in my opinion. Alright, Google Doodle eats people. According to Upright Mammal,
96% of Google's annual revenue is generated by Google Doodles. People go crazy when the word Google looks like a famous person for their birthday.
he explains to me, it's
Basic economics.
my guide introduces me to Dr. Mitchell Houghton, the researcher in charge of developing Google Doodles. He is standing in front of a glass observation chamber surrounded by a team of scientists in white lab coats. We're very excited that you're here, Dr. Houghton says to me. We're just about to unveil a special project that will change the world forever. The human Google Doodle. Behold. Dr. Houghton presses a green button and a door opens in the observation chamber. Out of the door limp 6 fleshy creatures, each one in the shape of one of the letters in the word Google. Their bodies are nothing but perfectly formed G's, O's, L's, or E's, with arms and legs jutting directly out of them. They moan and hobble around as if being alive causes them a tremendous amount of pain. The human G looks at the scientist through the glass. What am I for? He shrieks in anguish. I regret myself. I regret myself, the human L whimpers repeatedly as he limps in circles. The 2 human O's keep violently running into each other at full speed. They are identical and huge. Rebecca? Where are you, Rebecca, my love? The human E cries out in agony. The human G grabs the human E and shoves him into his mouth. What am I for? The human G screams again, his mouth full of the E's mangled body. The scientists take notes as the human G chases down the other letters of the human Google Doodle and eats them one by one. Eventually, one single human O remains. The O throws himself against the glass and looks directly into my eyes. His eyes are big and black like the eyes of a cow. I used to be a child. The O screams at me. The G grabs the O and noisily devours him. What am I for? The G shrieks at the scientist once again before coughing up an O-shaped bone. One of the scientists throws up. Dr. Houghton grimaces and pushes a red button. A door in the observation chamber opens. A man in a hazmat suit holding a flamethrower enters the chamber and walks silently toward the human G. What am I for? The G shrieks at the man in the hazmat suit. Without answering, the man sprays a jet of flame at the human G, setting him ablaze. The smell of burning skin fills the laboratory. I remember the sound of birds singing, screams the human G as the flames consume his body. In a few moments, only a charred G-shaped mound of flesh and bone remains. Thomas Edison once said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. Upright Mammal says to me,
At Google, we believe that failure is a necessary step in a journey toward progress.
I open my mouth to speak, but no words come. Upright Mammal takes me by the hand, and together we leave the laboratory and walk out into the gathering California dusk. Alright, so that's it. A couple key things to focus on here. I thought it was great how they, at the end, had the Google Doodle being burned by the flamethrower, especially since the first Google Doodle ever was Burning Man.
And actually, you can sort of see some of my start of interest in Eastern philosophies and religion. Around that time, I also took a Hindu mythology class, and it blew my mind. This is a painting I did of Ganesh around that time. I don't know if you guys know the story of Ganesh, but I'm going to explain it as I understand it. So, the goddess Parvati is taking a bath, and from the dirt and soap scum in her bath, she forms a child, okay? To protect her while her husband is away, she posts her child outside. Her husband's the god Shiva, who is meditating in the forest. When he comes back, he's so upset to find this kid blocking his way into his own house that he cuts the kid's head off. And when Parvati finds out, she's so pissed that Shiva backs down and says, okay, I'll find the first sleeping creature and replace its head with this decapitated boy. And thus we have the god Ganesh. I don't know where the 4 arms came from. Those might have been added on later. But I found it was just, this kind of story was so fascinating, so creative, so inventive, and I followed that fascination to studying abroad in India. This is a picture of me wearing another type of costume, a mustache. There's a lot of peer pressure.